Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to work with row selection in UITableView cell with custom cell, and our custom cell will have an image. I will be working with Xcode 11 and Swift 5, but this video is definitely not limited to Xcode 11 and Swift 5. It should work with Xcode 10 and Swift 4. So one prerequisite is you have two images. This is my unmarked.png and this is my mark.png. So if you can do it in Illustrator or Sketch, you can go ahead and do it, or you can get it from the internet. So this is what I will be using. But other than that, we will be creating the project completely from scratch. So let's get started. I have Xcode open and I will create a new Xcode project and I will call it, of course, single view application, and hit next. And this will be, let's say, row selection table view. And make sure you don't name it like just table view or something. There's a chance it will clash with UI libraries. Language will be Swift, and user interface, of course, good old storyboard. Hit next and save it wherever you like. I will save it under recordings and hit create. So first of all, drag and drop our images. This is mark.png and this is unmarked.png, and we are good to go. So let me go full screen, and next thing, this will be iPhone 11, and let me just run it. So next time it just does it faster. Hop over to main.storyboard, and here first, okay, I think it's, this will be our working area, and this is what I created, and I think this is loaded, and so let me just stop it. And first we will go ahead and drag and drop a table view and put it over here, and let's give it some constraints. So this will be 0 from the top, 0 from the left, 0 from right, and 0 from bottom, and definitely constrained to margins and add 4 constraints. Next thing we need to do is we need a prototype cell. So make sure table view is selected and you are under attribute inspector, and you just hit 1 over here and you can see something like this, like a white area. So this is a prototype cell which you can create a prototype and you can reuse it multiple times for each cell. Next thing, we need a fixed height. So go back, once again, your table view is selected, you go back to size inspector, and instead of row height being automatic, we will change it to being 60 and hit enter. So this will automatically change your cell height to 60 as well. You can leave cell to be automatic row height, but you can change it under table view. Next thing, we need to give our table view cell a reusable identifier, and I will say, let's say this is to do cell. This is really important part, and make sure you hit enter after you are done, because otherwise it won't take it. This identifier, we will be reusing it later in the code, so make sure you do this part. And next thing we need is an image to display the check marks. So image view and goes here, and let's give this image view some constraints and put it over here. So first constraint is 0 from left, and make sure it's constrained to margin, and width, a fixed width and a fixed height, but width will be 38. Oh, 38. Okay, sorry, 38, and height will be 38 as well, and hit add 3 constraints. And next thing, it will be vertically in container and like this. So it looks pretty much in center. Yeah, looks fine. Next thing we need is a label, and we will drag and drop it over here, and let's give constraints to our label. So let's say it's 10 from left and 10 from right, and that's it. So add 2 constraints, and next thing we will do is control drag label to the image, and we will say equal heights. And next thing we need to do is a label selected, and it will be vertically in container as well. But you can see like the height still does not match the image view. So the problem is we have a multiplier over here for equal height. So under vertical, you can say proportional height to image view, and you can double click here and you can see like just change the multiplier to 0 and it will pick it up. So let's make some few changes to our label, because definitely this is system fonts and doesn't look good. So we will change it to custom, and I like Avenir next, and we will make it like a demi bold, and let's give it a size of 20 and hit enter. And next thing, of course, black is too black. So let's change it to like a dark gray. Dark gray looks good. And let's give this image view image as well. And image will be unmarked first. So unmark here and looks good. Next thing you can make sure is like your content mode here is aspect fit. Okay, next thing, let's create a new file. So this will be a new file for our custom cell, and it will be Swift file, and this will be our, let's say, no, of course it will be a Cocoa Touch class, and we will subclass it to UITableView cell. So UITableView cell, and let's name it, we can say to do cell, and hit enter and hit create. So let's go back to our main.storyboard, and we will assign this to do cell to our to do cell over here. So select your to do cell, go to class inspector, and under class you hit to do cell and just hit enter. So it works, you know. Next thing, we need to make some connections. So let's go ahead and do that. Open up your assistant editor, and of course you will just see like view controller at first. So let's go ahead and get done with the table view part. So drag and drop table view, and this will say to do table view, and we are done here. So next thing, under here you make sure you click your content view, and now you can get to this here. So unless you click content view, you will just see your view controller. So make sure you click on the content view. First thing we will drag and drop is our image view. So here, and I'll say check mark, let's just keep it small, image view, and hit enter. And next thing is our label, and you can do it from here as well. So label goes here, much easier. So this will be our task label, and hit connect. So I think, oh my god, this is still my view controller. Okay, so the way you can get rid of this is you can right click here and get rid of this connection, and same thing you can do with the image, and right click here and hit connection. So I'll just like delete this. Okay, what's up? Yeah, I'll just delete this part. And the thing we need to do is we need to make sure we select to do cell and do this part over there. Good lesson to learn anyways. So this will be my task label, hit connect, and this will be my check mark image view. So check mark image view, and looks good now. So we are done with all the connection part, and let's go ahead and start to code. Close this, and here, and let me do one thing, bump up the size, and looks good, right? You guys can see it. So first, let's create a variable and have some data. So let to do's equal to, and create an array. And first we can have, let's say, walk the dog. We can have wash the car, and buy milk, and we can say call a friend, and let's have one more. So we have 5, and we can say let's cut the grass, and this looks fine. Next thing, of course, we have table view, so we need to assign our delegate and data source. So to do table view dot delegate is equal to self, and to do table view dot data source is equal to self. And next thing, we need to confirm to this protocols. So let's create one extension over here, and this will be for view controller. So table view delegate and table view data source. So as you may know, in order to confirm to UITableView data source, we need two methods. First is number of rows in section, and another one is cell for row at index path. So number of rows, of course, it will be static 1, but we need one more method, which is number of rows. No, it's like row. So okay, I think cell for row and number of rows in section. Okay, yeah, the one, let's just have it, which is number of section, and this will be 1, and this will be our, of course, our variable count. So todos dot count, and cell for row at index path will be pretty simple. First we need to create a cell, so let's cell equal to, and we will get our table view, and we will say DQ reusable cell with identifier. And this identifier, let me show you what this is, and index path. So this identifier over here is similar to what we gave to our to do cell, and you can see it under attribute inspector, and it's to do cell here. So this is what we passed it over here. Okay, and next thing we need to do is we need to cast it to our to do cell file, like custom cell which we created, and now we can just return the cell over here. And for now, let's okay, that's too much spaces. Change the image. First of all, this will be checkmark image dot image is equal to UI image, and this will be named, and string will be unmarked, and let's give it the title as well. So this will be to do, this was task label dot text is equal to, and this will be our to do's and array, and this will, we will say index path dot row. Of course, this unmarked is static for now, but we are just testing, and eventually we will change it and make it like more dynamic. So let's run the app and see how it looks. And this is our, oh wow, not SE, man. So let's just go back here and change it to iPhone 11, and we will like just stop this and run it again over here, and this time it should be iPhone 11. And we can see a couple of things which we are missing here is like we are missing the title, and I don't like this lines, so I'll get rid of them. So first let's get the title. So main.storyboard, and click on the view controller, and you can select this like the last icon which says embed in, and click on it, and you will say navigation controller, and you should see something like this. Just we did this just for our like title. Okay, so if you want, you can skip this part, and of course under large title I'll say always, and we need to fix the separators, so we will do it by code, and this will be to do table view dot separator style, and this will be none. Okay, and let's run the app and see how it looks. So pretty neat, pretty good. And so next thing which we can do is, of course, we are still not able to select the cell. And another thing is like here you can see like once the cell is selected, like the selection like just disappears and looks really neat. Okay, so let's work on the selection part. Go back to the, of course, Xcode, and we need one more method under our extension, which is did select. Let me tell you, this method is part of delegate protocol. So anyways, first we will deselect the row once it's selected. So we will say table view dot deselect deselect row, and this will be index path, and animated will be true. And next thing we will do is we will make the cell check marked. So we need to get the cell somehow. So we will say guard let cell equal to, and this will be TableView.cell for row at index path, and this will be index path again, and we will cast it as to do cell, and or else just we will say return. So this looks good. So next thing we will just change the image to, let's say cell dot checkmark image dot image is equal to UI image and open parentheses, and this will be named, and let's name it Mark. So, and let's run the app and see how it looks. Excuse me. So here once again, this is my sample project, and here, so sorry, we can see the selection over here, but the thing which we cannot do is like it's not dynamic. Okay, once it's marked, and there's no way of tracking the data. So let's work on that. That's the final part. We need to make it something like this. And so let's hop over to Xcode again and stop the app. Once again, it's command full stop, like command stop, or you can press the button over here. Let's go to do cell, and we need to create a structure. So we will say struct, and this will be to do, and just two simple things. We will have a title, so title, and this will be of type string, and we will have let's say is marked property, and this will be a boolean, and we are done. And make sure you like do command S to save the file, so that we can use it in our view controller. So we will like comment this out, and we need a new, so once again make it a variable, so we will be manipulating it, and this will be an array, and this will be a to do cell, just say to do, and structure, and let's say once again let's replicate the part, but this time we can have a is marked property to be, let's say this one is false, hit enter and tab here, and to do, and once again let me just get done with this. So this will be wash the car, and is marked as false, and once again to do structure, and this time let's say boy milk, and is marked as false as well, and I forget the colon over here. And next thing, just two more, to do, and this one title will be call a friend, and it's marked, let's say this one is true. You already finished that task. And this time title will be just cut the grass, and is marked is once again false. So now we need to make use of this variable. Of course this name is similar, so the row count doesn't really change, but we need to make changes over here. First of all, we will change the label. So first what we can do is we can fetch the selected to do. So let's say to do equal to this will be to do's, and here you can say index path dot row, and of course this let me cut it and put it over here, and so this will be definitely to do dot title, and here of course image we need to make few changes. So get rid of this, and I don't want this part, just okay. So this here we will use like the ternary operator. So let's ask the question first. So to do dot is marked is equal to, let's say, is it true? And if it's true, we need to display, of course, mark image. So we will say UI image, and this will be named, and this will be mark. Otherwise it should be unmarked. So UI image, and this will be named, and this will be unmarked. So looks pretty neat. Let's run the app and see how it looks. So take note of this part, that only call a friend is marked, and let's run the app. So our simulator is running. So see, call a friend is marked, but once again of course we are able to mark, but we are not able to like unmark. So we need to change the logic under did select. So let's go ahead and do the last part and stop this. So we will work here. We need to make few changes over here, and definitely first we need to, of course we have the cell over here, but we need the property. So let's say variable to do is equal to to-dos, and here we will say index path or index path dot row, and we get the to-do which is selected. So first we will like say to-do dot is marked is equal to, and we will change the polarity to to-do dot is marked. So we will just like switch it, and now we can say here that like we can ask the same question. So to-do dot is marked is like, let's just copy it from here. Okay, so this is what we will be doing it, copy and paste it over here. And of course we changed it over here, but there is still one problem. If you find it out, that's good, but let me run and show you what's going on. Okay, of course here we are here, and you can mark the cells, but you're still not able to mark it. So yeah, I mean, if you take note of it, you can change the polarity because this was marked and you were able to unmark it. But the thing is, we are not persisting the data. Like the thing is, we changed the to do. Of course it made changes to this to do, but the thing is we need to like make changes to our to-dos array as well. So that's why I changed, that's why this was variable. So first we need to like remove the old one. So we will say to-dos dot, and this will be to-dos dot, let's say remove, and this we will remove in index path dot row, and now we will push the new to-dos dot insert, and new element will be to do, and add index path dot row. And okay, let me just recall. Okay, we are pushing it, and okay, now it should work. So we are just persisting the data in our array. Okay, let's try to unselect this and select, and of course it's working fine. So pretty neat, really easy. Just you need to get hold of it. Anyways, if you have any questions, you can post them in comments. If you like my video, definitely hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. Thank you, and until next time.